Good afternoon, everyone. So, here I'm going to teach you about what is linguistic and what is language. And whenever you start studying linguistics, you should have a proper book of linguistics because without book, you can't study linguistics. So, I will suggest you all to purchase the book of T. Balasubramaniam, which is English Phonetics for Indian Students. This is a very good book for the beginner who is studying linguistics. So, first of all, we will see the definition of linguistics and what it means. Okay, so first is linguistics. A very first line in the book, which is given, this is the whole meaning of linguistics, what it wants to say. And whenever a question starts, you should have to answer with this definition whenever you start linguistics. The Advanced Learner's Dictionary defines. First of all, the very best dictionary to study linguistics is Oxford. This is a very good dictionary you should purchase to study linguistics. So, in this, it is tell that the Advanced Learner's Dictionary defines linguistic as a scientific study of a language or a particular language. So basically, linguistic is all about the study of a particular language. Like we are going to study about English language. Okay, we are going to talk about English language. So in English language, how it works, that how a particular language works, that we read in linguistics, that we study in linguistics. We see that how the language work, what is the system of language. Okay, what is the systematic study of a language, that is known as linguistic, and how that works. Now this is the first line of this particular paragraph. Second, we can also see the colon component. Okay, here is also English language dictionary, which defines linguistics as the study of the way in which the language works. How the language works, which I've told you, that this is a basic study of how a language works. Okay, it can be any language, but we are going to study about English here. Okay, how a British English works. Now there are so many types of linguistics. They are diachronic, you can write it out. There are diachronic, trichronic, sorry, I made a little spelling mistake. It is diachronic linguistics. Okay, now second one is synchronic linguistics, and third one is comparative linguistics. So these three are the types of linguistics. Now let's see that what these diachronic, synchronic and comparative means. Okay, so first we will talk about diachronic. It studies the development of the language through history, through time. So it basically shows the descriptive language. It shows that evolution of a language while time. Like when English language started, how it evolved with time to time, history in history, and now what it is. Okay, whenever you will read the works of Shakespeare, their English language was different than today's English language. So how it evolves by the time, that is the study of linguistic is known as diachronic linguistics. Okay, now the second one is synchronic linguistics. This linguistic, it invested how the people speak and use language in a given speech community at given time. So it basically talks about a particular area, that how a particular area people talks. Okay, it's specific you can say, at a specific time, that at a specific time how this community speaks about a particular language, that is known as synchronic linguistics. Comparative linguistics is a concern with comparing two or more different languages. When the languages are compared to each other, that is known as comparative linguistics. Now this is a basic concept that how linguistics work. This is the work of a linguistic, that how step by step this system of language work, and how comparative, diachronic and synchronic linguistics are different. Diachronic is about the evolution of language by time to time in the history, that we study in diachronic linguistics. Synchronic linguistics, we read that how the language is spoken in a community for a given period of a time. And in a comparative, we compare and we compare about two languages with their different language, two or more languages we can compare with each others. Now there are so many scopes of linguistics. Okay, so there are so many scopes of linguistics. Wait, let me check in which chapter the this topic is given about. Let me check in my book first and then I'll tell you. Okay, so it's given in the chapter number 3. Okay, here is the components of linguistics or the scopes of linguistics. So first of all, we have the four areas. Okay, some key areas within the scopes of linguistics. So what are the areas? So first of all, these you should have to remember these. Okay, first, second, third, fourth and fifth. These are very important. These are very important. Mark a star. You have to always remember it, because whenever you study linguistics, these are the very important points when you will only start linguistic by. So phonetics, phonology, morphonology, syntax and semantics. Now what these all 5 means? So first is phonetics. What is phonetics? The study of the physical sound of a human speech. When a human speech sound, that how a sound come from a human speech, that we study in phonetics. That how we speak, how a human speech works, how the sound comes. Okay, that we study in phonetics. So the definition will be the study of physical sounds of human speech, that will known as phonetics. Now phonology. Phonology is the study of aspects of sound in a language. Now this was a human speech. First, phonetics was the study of a speech sound. Now second one is the sound system of a language. If we study a particular language, then we have to know about that how that particular sound works or how it works. So that is known as phonology. Okay, and many more it will come. I'll tell you later. Now then, what is morphonology? Morphonology is a word system of a language. What it is written, word system of a language. What it is means, the study of a structure formation of a word, that how a word forms. Okay, here is the sound system of a language. Now how a word forms, like when it is a, then it is a phonology. Then how a word form, then it can be b, then it can be a, then it can be a t, so it can be bat. So how the word formation is done, so that is known as morphonology. Now next one is syntax. Now syntax, what is syntax? It's a sentence structure of a language. Now the study of the structure and the rule governing sentence formation. Whenever you will write a word, okay, first of all we will learn about how the speech sound works. Secondly, we will work that how in a language that sound work. Thirdly, we will understand about the word formation, like a bat, like a rat, anything. Okay, word formation we will learn. Now that word in a sentence, how it works, we will study that. For example, the bat is blue. No, the bat is of blue color. Okay, blue color. Okay, this is what a sentence is. So this teaches us, syntax teaches us that how a sentence formation in a language is done. Now, whenever we do a sentence formation, after that we do semantics. What is semantics? Semantics means that whenever we make a sentence, we can't make anything. Blue, rat, bat. We can't write anything. Whenever we make a sentence, it should have some meaning. So, the sentence of meaning in a language, that is known as semantics. So this is a proper introduction to your linguistics, so that what it is and what it talks about, how the components of linguistics works, and what is the area of language. Okay, how it all works around. When we will move on forward, we will come to know about the detail about phonetics, phonology, morphonology, syntax, and semantics. These sentences in front of the words are only a small gesture that what is phonetics. Phonetics is a very vast chapter which we will continue in our next class. Next class we will see about phonetics. Okay, so be prepared for you, and thank you for watching. Love you.